It is all a wait and see. But I look forward to this competition because people are going to be watching this. They're going to watch Pinewood because Lincoln Bain has been very loud and very public in what he says. But Braxton is trying to say to Lincoln, if I get this nomination from the Free National Movement, I'm coming for you. That's going to be interesting to see. And I'll be watching that. Now, of course, Lincoln has his own challenges. The other day, somebody posted a story declaring that Hiram Lewis, the COI member of Parliament, had resigned from the COI after just resigning from the Free National Movement to join the COI. That was a rumor spread all over the place, and it went like wildfire. What was unfortunate was, yesterday while I was leaving work, I tuned into, because after we got off of work, I tuned into Lincoln Bain show, and there he was rebuking people for asking questions about Hiram Lewis's loyalty to COI. And he even said he was concerned about people asking questions like that. He said because they should be smarter than that. And it says if they ask questions like that, he would look at them as suspect. Now, Lincoln, I look at you as suspect. Because now you starting to sound like Hubert Minnis. You're giving me Hubert Minnis vibes. Because you have to understand that journalists are going to hear stories and they're going to ask questions based on what they hear. They're going to receive information and they're going to ask questions based on the information received. If you are now saying that they cannot ask you questions about legitimate concerns or legitimate stories that they hear, then you are starting to say that they cannot approach you. And that's a bad step for trying to get to office. Because the last thing we need is another Hubert Minnis. We don't need politicians that we can't ask or questions to, or that we can't speak to, or that we can't connect with. We don't need politicians who are not prepared to allow us to communicate with them. We don't need them. We need politicians who, regardless of what the question is, they are prepared to answer. That's just the way it is. And so when you start saying, oh, you're going to look at people suspect, that don't sound right. That don't sound good. It doesn't. Don't fool yourself. Don't get so arrogant that people can't talk to you, that they cannot relate to you. You ain't reached yet. You're still trying to get there. You got a long way to go. Don't take it for granted that one or two people are listening to your message and accepting it and going ahead with it. Because you know these Bahamian people. They will swoon with you and laugh with you and giggle with you and carry on with you and be there with you until election comes, and then they go right back to the PLP and the FNM. And one of the things that will help satisfy them is that you decide that you don't want to talk with them or answer their questions. And so you have to be careful. You cannot get arrogant. The moment you get arrogant, you lose. You even can get in the door. Take that from me. And I'm not saying that to try to hurt your campaign. I'm not saying that to try to give anybody else a campaign boost. I'm saying it because that's the reality of our people. We all know it. You cannot be arrogant. You cannot act foolish.